Welcome everybody. Today we're going to see if we can bring this old knife back to life. This knife is branded by 511. It is a freebie that I got back in 2011 along with an online order that I made. It just came in the box. I didn't even know I was getting it. So from that point, right when I got it, I didn't really think that highly of it. I felt like it was probably a cheap knife. I felt like it probably had bad steel. But once I started using it, I liked the action on it, and it still opens really nicely. It's a good size knife. It's kept a decent edge over the last 11 years, and I've used it a ton, especially around the house. This, for the last 11 years, has sat in a toolbox, and I've used it to cut holes in weed barrier for planting stuff. I remember one time I used it to remove caulk in a bathroom. I have used it for almost any box that I needed to actually break down and cut so I could fit it in the recycling bin. So while I didn't think very highly of it when it came because it was a freebie, it's certainly a knife that has gotten a ton of use over the last 11 years. And even though I don't know much about it, other than that it is an authentic 2011 tactical knife from China, and it's branded, like I said, with the 511 logo on there. So that's all I really know about it, but it's been a workhorse for me. It has been a knife that I've used more because I didn't care about it, and now I think it deserves a little bit of respect. So we're gonna get it cleaned up nicely today. I'll also sharpen it to restore that edge on there, and we will see how this knife looks at the end of the video. It's been a workhorse. It's earned this restoration. Can we bring it back to life? Let's see. So for cleaning it up, what do we have to work with? Really, it's just kind of built-in grime. Even right here at the bottom of the frame, there's just some like glue or grime. It looked like a blemish at first, but it's not. There's just some grime. The actual blade itself is really just dirty from tape, from opening boxes in the garage there and leaving it in the garage, so that tape really kind of stuck on there. But yeah, look, like this piece of tape is coming off right now. The actual edge itself does have a few small marks on it, but it actually looks pretty good. It's scratched up right here toward the top, probably where it got a lot of use. So really we're in good shape. This is really just cleaning up this freebie and seeing if we can bring it back to life, because it has been a workhorse for me, like I said. So I started cleaning the knife off by getting some nice soapy water on there, getting it lathered up, a little bit of scrubbing, and that dirt came off pretty easily. What I noticed was some of the actual grime, like on the bottom of the knife that we talked about earlier, that wasn't coming off. You couldn't see it on camera as well, but the dirt was still catching inside some of that pattern. So what I did was I got some rem oil and started using that. Everything went pretty smoothly for the cleaning. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I'd say this was like less than 5 minutes of cleaning for more than 11 years of grime. I think that's a pretty good rate of return on the 5 minutes of cleaning. The one thing that I did notice as I got into the blade was that what I thought was a lot of dirt and kind of just mess from cutting boxes actually was the blade being scuffed up a decent amount. The edge is still fine. It doesn't look bad at all. However, that blade is scuffed up. So there wasn't really too much more cleaning I can do as far as that went. It's not a nice, beautiful blade like when it came. But as you can see, it got pretty clean. We got most of that grime off of there. The knife is looking good and it's ready to get sharpened. So here we go with the sharpening process. Sharpening the knife ended up not being a problem at all. I was using the Workshop Precision Adjust knife sharpener. Because the blade actually looked decent to me on this knife, I used the 600 grit, then the 800 grit, and then I finished it off with the ceramic rod. And to me, at the end of the sharpening, everything looked good, and the knife easily passed the nail test, where you try to see if it'll leave a little indent in your nail. And then if you scrape, does it scrape any of the nail off? It did both of those things just fine. And then just because it's what everyone's kind of looking for, I went ahead and did the paper test, and it cut through this regular computer paper no problem at all. I would say after the cleaning and the sharpening, I've got a very nice, functional, clean knife that I'm ready to use, and I think it'll last me another 11 years easily. All right, well, that is it from me. We had a nice successful project today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I've got more content on the way. And that's it. Have a good one.